Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Darius, aka The Chosen One. This will be my fifth recording for my series, The Spoken Word. So, today I wanted to touch on the word emotion, and I want to talk about how our emotions can affect what we do every day and how emotions can also play a key in today's society. So, I'm your typical type of emotional dude. Sometimes there are things that get to me that make me cry. Not gonna lie, a real man is a man that can cry, in my opinion. And there's also times where I'll get emotional about, like, if somebody approaches me and say that I'm wrong about something, or you know they'll say something like, oh, they're better than me. I get very emotional about that. I get angry, you know and our emotions our emotions are very, very powerful. They can drive us to do a lot of crazy things, and sometimes they can also drive us to do smart things. I know through my life, I have had, well, I've been through a lot of emotional struggles, where I've been in love and I've been let down. And there's also times where I was in love and I let someone else down. So it's not, more or less, it's not just one person's fault, you know. Today I'm not here to talk about the whole Trayvon Martin thing. Nah. I think that the world needs to start focusing its attention on something else, because as I've been noticing, a lot of people like to be one sided. I don't understand how the whole Trayvon Martin thing is just a one sided thing where it's only in favor for blacks and for no one else, you know. And I can tell that it's definitely changing the world, because when I was going to go get gas the other day, I went inside, the gas station, to go pay the gas attendant so that way I can go ahead and get my gas. And as I was walking in, a Caucasian lady, she was opening the door for me, and she was just so pleasant. She said, "Oh, hi, how are you? How are you doing today?" Now, I didn't know who she was, and I know she didn't know me. I don't know a lot of people, especially people that's white. So, as I'm going inside, she opened the door, she's saying hi and all that other stuff. I'll go inside, she's like, "That's a very nice hoodie you have on there. I like that hoodie." And I said, "Oh, thank you, thank you. It's actually one of my favorite hoodies." I want to engage into a conversation with a total stranger. Now, to some people, that's not strange, but to me, it is, because my hoodie I was wearing was a white hoodie, and I had the hood over my head, covering my face. Now, I'm not trying to relate that to anything that Trayvon Martin did, but I will say this. It's very funny that I happen to be dressed exactly like what he had on that day, and here it is. She decides that she want to engage in a conversation with me or something like that. I guess because I was black, she must have mistaken me for Trayvon Martin, or I don't know, But one thing for sure is, it was funny to me because this lady didn't know me from Adam, and she just straight engaged in a conversation with me. She continued to follow me as I'm inside. I'm over there, paying the gas attendant, about to go pump gas to the car. Next thing you know, here it is. She's still, speaking to me and everything like that. I'm leaving. She's like, "Bye. I have a nice day." I felt that to be kind of strange, because I'm like, I don't know who you are. Why would you just randomly come up and talk to me? Now, for some people, that's easy. For me, that's strange, because I don't just go up to somebody I don't know and start speaking. It takes time for me to say, okay, this person looks like this type of person, that it is okay for me to go up to them and speak. I'm not going to just randomly go up to you and speak to you if I don't know you. So my emotion at the time, I was looking at the whole situation. I was like, really? I was confused. What's confusion is a very powerful emotion. It can it can disorient you, and you can become disoriented and forgetful about things, So, like I said, I'm not going to really do much research in any of my videos anymore where I'm going to, I'm going to actually go on and start looking up the derivations and all that. I feel like I don't need to anymore because I'm not really here to give you a definition of what the word means. I'm here to bring clarity to people's minds, and I'm here to try to, install some positivity into today's society, because we as a people, period, whether black, whether white, whether Latino, whether Oreo, where you're black and you're white on the inside, or whether, you're Latino, where you're black and you're Latin, or, you're a black Hispanic, a black Hispanic, or, or where you're a white Hispanic, a Puerto Rican, I don't really care what race you really are or anything like that. We need to come together as a people, as a race, we need to come together as a species. We need to come together, all of us, as human beings, and unite together and try to change the world, because the world is suffering. It is suffering from everybody's decisions. I can understand that our president right now isn't doing all that he could possibly be doing. But he is in a room full of a bunch of Republicans who will block him every second they can get. And they're not just blocking him because he's a black man. No, that is not just the only reason. They're blocking him because, to be honest, he's a Democrat in a room full of Republicans. They'd rather have a Republican be the person to make the decisions. Do y'all really think we'll have bipartisanism if a Republican comes in office? No. I mean, the Democrats is there. They're not going to agree with that Republican. And it's going to be the same thing that Barack Obama is going through. So, our emotions can cause us to do a lot of crazy things, where you can become emotionally involved with somebody. Like, let's say you meet this real sexy girl, and she real cute, she got a nice butt, she got a nice rack, she tall, she making money and all that. And you go and you talk to this girl and everything like that. Now, y'all just want to be friends starting out, but you start to actually become attached to her, where your feelings for her start to become a lot deeper, Then you're becoming emotionally involved. And after you're emotionally involved into that person, it evolves into something else, where now y'all actually are together as a couple, Excuse me. So, a lot of people tend to let their emotions get the best of them. I'm here to tell you today, do not let your emotions control who you are as a person. And do not let your emotions define who you are as a person. Who we are as a person is completely made up of a lot of other different things besides just our emotions alone. I lived most of my life knowing full well that I was going to turn out the person who I am today. A person wanting to make a positive change in society. Did I want to stay that person? No. There are times when I was a teenager and I fought tooth and nail to not be who I am today. But it happened anyway. So I'm here today to try to let everyone know that change is going to come, and it is, and I don't want to sound like an activist or something like that, but it is going to come, whether we want it to or not, and I'm not just saying it's about race, for blacks and all that. Change is going to come for everybody, there's going to be a day and age where Latinos, Hispanics, Indians, whatever race you are, whatever nationality you are, where you'll be able to come to the United States of America and you'll be able to just sit down at a table and eat without being charged differently than what they charge a regular American. Change gonna come a day. There's gonna be a day when Hispanics will be able to go ahead and go to school like an African American and not get charged outrageous rates because they're a foreigner. There's going to be a day when we as African Americans can actually hold our head up proudly and say that I'm okay with being black. You know what's that saying goes? Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Right now, I can't say it. I can't say that I'm proud to be black. Because there's some things about being black that truly disgust me. Like today's rap music. Today's rap music only evolves around sex, drugs, and killing. I don't want to do that. You know, I don't need to be defined by how much ass I get. I don't need to be defined about the biggest car I'm driving. I don't need to be defined by all the chains I wear around my neck. I don't need to be defined by the fact that I'm a thug, how much drugs I got getting pushed on the streets. I don't need to be defined by that. To me, that is not a good person. To me, that is an idiot. A real good person is a person who sits there and makes a change in their world. Now, yeah, I can say some of these rappers are doing what they got to do. T.I., he one of the good ones. He actually doing what he got to do. But he's been to jail. And regardless whether he want to be held for his faults, he will. At the end of the day, he will. You know? I find that as of late, people have been taking their emotions out of situations where their emotions do not need to be involved. A lot of times, we'll sit there and we'll put everything into what we want to do with our lives, and it winds up going bad. I believe that in society today, we can actually make a difference if we all just come together. Emotionally, spiritually, nationalities, all ethnicities, everything. We all just come together and just live as a people and not as people who constantly want to be against each other. Which ethnicity is better? Which nationality is better? Which country is better? It doesn't matter. There is no country better than any other country. Because you want to say that, hey, then technically, as blacks, we the best then. Because, let's take a look. We dominate sports. We dominate music. Most of the time, we're sitting there, we're dominating mostly everything. You can say, okay, well, wow, you know, just because that we are the best type of people to have in the army. Back during the Civil Rights War, you know, back during the Civil War. The Civil War, they had mostly gotten blacks to participate in it. Why? Because they were the best people to have. They were strong-willed and they never gave up. They knew what they were fighting for. But I'm not going to lie, man. There is like a big, huge line of Asians that are better than me. The game system I play, they made it. The software that they use on it, they made it. You look on the back of anything you have, it says made in China. That's where Asians live at. So nobody is better than anybody. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be somebody to say that they're better than that person. Instead of competing as a nation, as a country, let's stop competing against one another and come together in friendship. I wish I had friends of every nationality. I would actually have fun in my life. So, later on today, I'm going to record my 6th video where I don't necessarily know what I'm talking about. The topics just come to me and then I just record them. So thank you for spending this little bit of time with me to help you understand that our emotions can be used to better us, and they can also be used to better society. So I ask you, what are you putting all your emotions into nowadays? And is it worth it? I hope so. Thank you.